Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Tiger, and up here today I thought I would just do a proper dedicated pickups video to everything that's pretty much come in the past, 2 weeks or so. I've got three Blu-ray box sets, four Blu-ray box sets, one individual Blu-ray and four DVDs. And I'll also show at the end of the video the movies that I've picked for this week and what I've watched so far this week. Some of this stuff I've shown, some of it I haven't shown, but like I said, I do like to do these dedicated pickups video just to show stuff that's come in. Sometimes, when I'm waiting on one extra thing, I'll show it in another video, but then I'll re-show it in a dedicated pickup. One thing for some reason got cancelled. It was meant to be the 50 comedy movie pack from CEX, but for some reason they cancelled it. I don't know why they cancelled it, but they said I'll get my money back. It was only like $4.95, but either way, I'm still disappointed that it's not turning up, but I can probably buy that through eBay or something else, but if I really want to. So we'll start off with the four DVDs. First up is the Steve-O Don't Try This at Home. I like to call this the trash TV era from the late 90s, early 2000s. These edgy TV with, Jackass obviously being the most notorious one. But then there was like shows like Wild Boys and CKY, Viva La Bam, Dirty Sanchez. And essentially just these men... because I'll be honest with you, there weren't a lot of women in some of these things. There were women in some of them, but they weren't actually involved in doing the crazy stuff. Like the old saying, this is why women live longer than men. And when they do things like this, yeah. I thought this would have been out of print and stuff, but it isn't. It's just a compilation of Steve-O, of course. So some. Bonus feature, the career ender as well. Just some crazy stuff that Steve-O does. If you know who Steve-O is, I'd say Steve-O is probably the craziest one of the Jackass crew. Definitely one that does things more so than others. He's lived an insane life. It's insane. The guy's insane, but I do like these things, stuff that you just laugh at, just a bunch of guys doing crazy stuff, and you think, why are they doing this? But I guess they get a lot of money for doing this, otherwise they wouldn't do it. I thought this would have been out of print, but it isn't. It's actually a cheap one. Some of these DVDs and stuff like that can be a little bit more expensive, but keep your eye out for them because some of them are. Next up is Seven, or SE. 7, well, it actually says 7. Brad Pitt, of course, Morgan Freeman. This movie is based on I believe it's the 7 Deadly Sins. Of course, the scene with the corpse is, I did see that in a TV show I watched on Shudder. This movie, some people say it's a horror movie, some people say it's a thriller movie, some people say it's a hybrid. I'll probably go with the hybrid. It's thriller, detective thriller, but it's also got some horror aspects to it. This movie doesn't have a Blu-ray release, at least not to my knowledge, in the UK, which is insane. This is a pretty cult classic movie. I think this movie has become notorious and people love it. So I don't know why it don't have a Blu-ray release or something, at least not here in the UK. Maybe in the US it does have Blu-ray release, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Does this have a Blu-ray release elsewhere that's region 3 or something? But I am looking forward to checking it out. I haven't watched it myself. Then we have The Dark. Pretty generic title. One of the living for one of the dead. I'm guessing it's probably some sort of, says on here she's dragged out to sea. I'm guessing it's something like, from the synopsis, it looks like it's like a mirror world almost. Something along the lines of like Pet Sematary or something along those lines. I'd never heard of this film. don't know a lot about it, but it's a horror film. So I'll definitely check it out and let you guys know what I think of it. I don't mind getting some horror movies on DVD. And then I got The Fast and the Fierce Death Race. I thought with the title Death Race, I thought it would be like the movie's Death Race. Those, you know, movies with, of course, Jason Statham was in the first one, and then they changed it with Luke Wilson, not Luke Luke something, I don't know. But it stars DMX, the rapper, you know, X gon' give it to you. But it's actually a low budget sort of along the lines of like Fast and Furious, those sort of mockbusters, if you will. So from the Asylum, of course, Dazzler Media. There's a lot of these mockbusters, like Alan Quatermain is obviously a mockbuster of, like, you know, Indiana Jones, and Robot Overlords is obviously Transformers or Pacific Rim, you know, and the list goes on. But I figured, you know what, I'll check it out. I do like some low budget action B movies and stuff, so, and of course it'll be interesting to see how DMX plays his roles. Then this is Team America on Blu-ray. One of my favourite films. I love this film so much. From the creators of South Park, you know, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, you know what you're getting yourself into. It's essentially puppets going around killing people, and obviously when you at face value you just think it's just stupid and dumb, but it actually does have some societal messages and stuff to it, much like most of the South Park creators content does. Of course, South Park is a lot of people think South Park is just dumb and ridiculous for the sake of being ridiculous, but when you actually sit back and watch it, it's very clever and very on point. And this movie obviously has that similar vibe to it. Bit of a funny story with this one. Me and my friend watched this when we were young. I think it must have been about 14, 15, and his parents were in the room watching this with us, and then the sex scene with the puppets come on, and his mum just burst out crying in laughter. I'll never forget that. Let me know your favourite movie experience, story, if you will. It's kind of like, you know, when you were young and there would be like a sex scene or something, and your parents would walk in, and, you know, or they'd be in the room with you watching it, and you feel so awkward. Now I don't give two shits, you know what I mean? I can watch anything, I don't care. But I love this film. The only caveat I've got with this release, no special features. I thought the DVD special features would have just been transferred onto this one, but no. Kind of sucked, you know. I already have watched the special features years ago anyway, so I already know. But they were interesting special features, so I would have actually liked to re-watch those special features, which is actually very rare that I actually do that. If I've already seen special features, I don't care. You know, I don't care about special features like some people do. If they're there, then I'll check them out, you know, if I enjoy the movie. But if it's a movie that I didn't really care for, you know, I'm not too bothered about it. I know this has a steelbook release, which I do want to get the steelbook version so I can have 3 versions. Maybe they'll do a 4K version. Team America 2, come on, Trey, Matt, make it happen. And I know they still have the puppets in their offices, because I've seen pictures of their offices, and they have the puppets in the background sometimes. So if they were to do a new one, it would obviously societal message. I'm guessing it would probably be something to do with either the Ukraine war or something along Kim Jong-un or something. I don't know. Obviously this one, Kim Jong-il. But I love this movie. Then we have the Blu-ray box sets. I'll start off with the 2 horror ones. First up, the I Spit on Your Grave collection. I did have this a while ago, but I never actually watched it, and I sold it. And yeah, so this includes the original 1978 movie, the remake, the second I Spit on Your Grave, the third I Spit on Your Grave, the final one, I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu, and a feature-length documentary, Growing Up with I Spit on Your Grave, and over 6 hours of bonus material, including extra footage, behind the scenes, exclusive Blu-ray audio commentaries. It is a very nice set. You can actually get this on Amazon for less than £25 now. I think it's a really nice set. I'm going to actually do a little unboxing for you guys right now and show you the insides of it. I think I've never watched any of the I Spit on Your Grave movies. Of course, they're cat revenge movies. The word isn't a cat, but I don't want to say the actual word in case I get flagged or something. You know the word I'm looking for. Of course, the original was so controversial. Of course, was one of the reasons it got banned in the UK and started the whole video nasty craze. You know, with all these movies being banned and, you know, raids and stuff. It's crazy. Check out the Video Nasty documentary if you can. It's a really interesting documentary. I don't think it happened in other countries. I think it was only in the UK. But yeah, of course, the original was so controversial because of the whole source material. I hear it's not a great movie. I've heard a lot of people say it's not a good movie. It's just, you know, slop, if you will, you know, messed up stuff. I'm not going to unwrap them all, but I haven't seen any of them. Of course, so we have the original, which has the I Spit on Your Grave and bonus content, which also had the documentary for growing up with I Spit on Your Grave. I heard the newer ones were a bit more the traps become more like Saw and very gory. So I'm excited for that. The remake. It's nice to see them all in individual releases as well, individual boxes. The second one, and I do have the double pack on DVD, which I can now get rid of. I Spit on Your Grave 3 and I Spit on Your Grave Deja Vu. Yeah, of course, these movies are just balls to the walls, just gory, and you know, the idea behind them. Of course, there's a lot of attack revenge movies out there now. Bedeviled is another one that I've heard good things about. Another one I've heard that's really good is a movie called Compliance, which isn't an attack revenge movie, but it's essentially about a woman who basically is fake police officer calls up and said this woman in your business is now stealing, you need to do all of this stuff to her. And I've heard good things about that movie, but I do need to get that one. So nice set from Kaleidoscope, and yes, they all have special features. I don't know about, it doesn't say anything about subtitles, but I'd imagine there's subtitles on these. So nice set and nice out of box. Then so these were presents from my dad. These two and the next one were all technically presents from my brothers who gave me vouchers. Next up, the Chucky movie collection. I'm a bit pissed off because this is meant to have an outer slipcase as well, but Amazon didn't do it. It's interesting to see it's a black outer case as well. I do like that. I've not seen all of these movies. I think I've seen Bride and Seed of Chucky, and maybe I've seen one of the other ones, the newer ones, either Cult or Curse. I think the Chucky movies, the ones that I've seen, are hilarious. Of course, just show you the insides here. Of course, I think it was Child's Play 2 or 3. It was another movie that was very controversial and got banned. I think it was the third one, because apparently there was an incident with a young boy or something that got killed by his brother or something, and they blamed the movie essentially. I don't know whether it was the movie's fault or not. Saying that a movie causes violence or video games cause violence, I think it's ridiculous. You're basically just trying to put your blame on something else. I'm not saying that some people aren't subjective and may have mental health issues and can sometimes take what they see on TV and stuff as real life. You know, that's a different story. But to try and blame a movie and get rid of a movie, I think it's just ridiculous. And I think people should stop blaming other things and just look at what is and what isn't. You know, but I am happy. I'm gonna probably do a binge watch of this one week and watch all 7 over a week. Like I said, I think these movies, Chucky is basically the Freddy Krueger of killer dolls. That's why I don't really think Chucky's creepy. He can be creepy, but it's kind of like, you know, compare Chucky to Annabelle. Annabelle's creepy because she's a creepy doll. Whereas Chucky, he goes around and he talks and makes jokes and stuff like that, like Freddy Krueger. So I like that. I like my horror villains to have a bit of charisma. And then last but not least, we have the last two Dragon Ball sets that I needed. We've got the Dragon Ball Z movie collection and the Dragon Ball Super complete collection on Blu-ray. The only Dragon Ball that I need now is the Dragon Ball Kai box set, but like I said, that is essentially a remaster of Dragon Ball Z. This includes all 13 of the Dragon Ball Z movies and the 2 TV specials, and 7 discs. I'll just show you. So we have Dead Zone and The World's Strongest, The Tree of Might and Lord Slug, Cooler's Revenge and The Return of Cooler, Android 13, Super Android 13 and BoJack Unbound, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, Broly Second Coming and Bio Broly, Fusion Reborn, Wrath of the Dragon, and The History of Trunks and Bardock, Father of Goku. Although I am actually, now that I realise, there is a couple more Dragon Ball Z movies I need to get. I can't remember if they're Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super movies, the Resurrection of Z, and then there was another one. I think there's a triple pack with all 3 of them on, so I'll probably get that as well. And I've already done an unboxing for Super. Check out the video. I finally got them all, or something along those lines. So I can finally do my Dragon Ball binge next year. I'm going to watch all the Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball all the way through to Super. Like I said, I know I'm missing a couple of the movies as well, but I'll probably get them. With the movies, the Dragon Ball Z movies, these do slot into the timeline of Dragon Ball Z. From what I know anyway, I know Dragon Ball GT isn't canon anymore, but so you can either watch these movies as standalone things after you've watched the series, or you can figure out where they fit into the episodes. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to watch Dragon Ball Z movies, then Dragon Ball GT, then Dragon Ball Super. That's how I'm doing it. So I'm happy that I've finally got all of Dragon Balls now. I just need Dragon Ball Kai and Dragon Ball the triple pack with the, I think they were Dragon Ball Super Blue movies, or they took place before Super. So that's all the pickups, but I just thought I'd show off what I've got planned to watch this week. First up with the Tom and Jerry Deluxe Anniversary Collection. I watched this one last night, which was just a bunch of shorts. I'm going to watch this special feature, which is on disc 1 tonight, because disc 2 is only 48 minutes long. But it's interesting because it does have some shorts, but it also has a couple of the the Anchors Away Gene Kelly extract. Obviously you've seen it in Family Guy, but the original version with Jerry. And then there's also a Tom and Jerry Swim with Esher Williams, Danger and Wet. So some interesting stuff here. And there's a special featurette, which is much to do about Tom and Jerry, a retrospective look at one of the animation's greatest teams from early days to award-winning glory. Tom and Jerry, what can I say about it? One of the best cartoons ever made. I still think the original Tom and Jerry animation is still one of the best animations of all time. I'd say Tom and Jerry animation is on par, sometimes if not better, than some of the early Disney work as well. Of course, the original from 1938 or 39, went on to the 60s, and then obviously has been reworked so many times. But I love Tom and Jerry. What can you say about it? And like I said, I'm building a Tom and Jerry collection. The other ones I've got planned for this week is I'm going to check out Double Dragon. I've heard this movie is terrible. A lot of these old cheesy video game movies are terrible by today's standard, but they have a nostalgia factor to them and a cheese factor to them that other newer video game movies will never get, unfortunately. And then I've got Forbidden Planet to watch this week, and I believe this does have it's the colour. I'm not sure if it's the colour version or the black and white version. It might have been a colour film only. Yeah, I don't know. It's got a bunch of special features on here as well. 50s sci-fi. I don't think I've actually sat down and watched any 50s sci-fi. The original Pet Sematary as well. I've already told you how much I hated the newer one. But I've never seen the original, but I already know that the original is better. And then Fantastic Four, another example of pre-MCU stuff. Another example of, you know, Chris Evans getting a second chance and going on to be in Captain America. Much like Ryan Reynolds got a second chance. DC really fucked it up with Green Lantern, of course, but then obviously redeemed himself with Deadpool. It's been a long time since I've seen this one. I know Fantastic Four has been screwed over constantly. It seems like all the Fantastic Four live action movies are subpar at best. Some people like them. You know, I take things at face value. You know, if I watch it and I think it was fun, enjoyable and worth my money, then it's good enough for me. You know, a movie doesn't have to be a 5-star movie for you to still enjoy it. You know what I mean? Don't let other people's opinions sway on what you can and can't watch. So yeah. But anyway, guys, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Like I said, I've got some plans tomorrow. We've got to go shopping and stuff. I don't think I'm going to be going out and buying any pickups and stuff for a while. I might get the occasional thing here and there if I pop into a charity shop or I see something on Amazon or eBay or something cheap, or get the occasional little bit of money. But I want to save up for my holiday now that I've got booked in March for me and my friends, so I want to save my money up for that. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. Let me know in the comments below, have you seen any of these things that I've got here? Let me know what you got for Christmas, and of course let me know your favourite memory of watching a movie, or most awkward memory, just a memory of watching a movie. And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Mad Kiger, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye. Just before I go, I have been playing a little bit more WWE 2K22. I might start a stream of it maybe next year sometime, when I finish year 1 of my universe. So I might do a year 2 universe stream. I don't know yet. I do want to try and get some more videos done next year. But I did get the season pass for this as well, so I'm happy with that. And as always, guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.